Presently, I'm reading Elif Shafak's The 40 Rules of Love. And the Times says that it's a gorgeous, jeweled, luxurious book. So, uh, it says, I'm reading from back and I've written some notes in which it says, with its timely, thought provoking message, The 40 Rules of Love deserves to be a global publishing phenomenon, says Independent. And then, in praise of the book, a lot of things have been written, enlightening, enthralling, and affecting me into faith and love, says Metro. Colorfully woven and beguilingly intelligent, says Daily Telegraph. And uh, they've written that discover the 40 rules of love. Ella Rubenstein has a husband, three teenage children, and a pleasant home. Everything that should make her confident and fulfilled. Yet there is an emptiness at the hearts of Ella's life, an emptiness once filled by love. So when Ella reads a manuscript about the 13th century Sufi poet Rumi and Shama of Tabriz and his 40 rules of life and love, she's shocked out of herself. Turning her back on her family, she embarks on a journey to meet the mysterious author of this work. So let's read the prologue for you. Some bits of it. Of course, it's by the publishers Penguin Random House. So, between your fingers, you hold a stone and throw it into flowing water. The effect might not be easy to see. There will be a small ripple where the stone breaks the surface, and then a splash, muffled by the rush of the surrounding river. That's all. Throw a stone into a lake. The effect will be not only visible but also far more lasting. The stone will disrupt the still waters. A circle will form from where the stone hit the water, and in a flash that circle will multiply into another, then another. Before long, the ripple caused by one plop will expand, and that can be felt everywhere along the mirrored surface of the water. Only when the circle reaches the shore will they stop and die out. If a stone has a river, the river will treat it as yet another commotion in its already tumultuous course. Nothing unusual, nothing unimaginable. If a stone hits a lake, however, the lake will never be the same again. For 40 years, Ella Rubinstein's life had consisted of still waters, a predictable sequence of habits, needs, and preferences. Though it was monotonous and ordinary in many ways, she had not found it tiresome. During the last 20 years, every wish she had, every person she befriended, and every decision she made was filtered through her marriage. Her husband, David, was a successful dentist who worked hard and made a lot of money. She had always known that they did not connect on any deep level, but connecting emotionally need not be a priority on a married couple's list. She thought, especially for a man and a woman who had been married for a long time. There were more important things than passion and love in a marriage, such as understanding, affection, compassion, and that most godlike act a person could perform, forgiveness. Love was secondary to any of these, unless that is one lived in novels or romantic movies where the protagonists were always larger than life and their love nothing short of legend. Ella's children topped her list of priorities. They had a beautiful daughter in college, Janet, and teenager twins, Ollie and Avi. Also, they had a 12-year-old golden retriever, Spirit, who had been Ella's walking buddy in the mornings and her cheeriest companion ever since he had been a puppy. Now he was old, overweight, completely deaf, and almost blind. Spirit's time was coming, but Ella preferred to think her preferred to think he would go on forever. Then again, that was how she was. She never confronted the death of anything, be it a habit, a phase, or a marriage, even when the end stood right in front of her, a plain and inevitable. The Rubinstein lived in Northampton, Massachusetts, in a large Victorian house that needed some renovation but still was splendid, with a bedroom with five bedrooms, three bath, shiny hardwood floors, a three-car garage, French doors, and best of all, an outdoor jacuzzi. They had life insurance, car insurance, retirement plan, college saving plan, joint bank account, and in addition to the house they lived in, two enviable apartments, one in Boston and the other in Rhode Island. She and David had worked hard for all this. A big, busy house with children, elegant furniture, and the wafting scent of homemade pies might seem a cliche on some people, but to them it was a picture of an ideal life. They had built their marriage around these shared vision and had attained most of most, if not all, of their desires. On their last Valentine's Day, her husband had given her a heart-shaped diamond pendant and a card that read, and you must read and see what it is. It's a really interesting. Book is interesting, and if you want a one-line summary of it, uh, let me tell you, if you have been in love with transcendental messages of Sufism, so this is a novel to read to rekindle it. And she conveys a deep and a profound message in the simplest possible words. And the novel is a simple, light to read in terms of the language used, yet very profound work on describing the transcendental messages of love and harmony of Sufis. Described in a format of a story within a story, the novel develops from the 16th page onwards, if you see, Post that, it keeps hovering between an ecstatic state of mediative deep messages of Sufism and the not so exciting mundane world. And to give a crude anomaly, reading the novel is like munching on a Jim Jam cream biscuit, while the encompassing biscuit is almost onion bland of taste, whereas uh, as one eats, um, it's mainly the cream that you eat it raw, and especially the ultimate core jam, the sparkling jelly at the center. Similarly, the novel background story of Ella and her family and Aziz, her writer love interest, which creates the frame for developing the novel's main plot of unraveling, is more or less like that biscuit covering. Though not the most interesting part, it is a necessity. There were stories of other characters and their interactions from the cream form the cream, while the short stories on teaching the rules of Sufism form the core of the book. If you say, the teachings of Sufism have been so beautifully simplified and served out like a on a platter akin to a freshly made butter. The only effort needed for you is to eat it. But you have to have the right appetite. I have to have the right frame of mind also. A right appetite to digest it, and the palate needed to appreciate its quality. And if you have never been touched by the immaculate love, be it of the Lord or for a human being or for anything in this creation of God, be it animate or inanimate things, have you been through the transformation, through the pain of that of living and passing through the hell? And if all of that make you more humble and more loving and fill you with kindness, if yes, this is the book you should immerse yourself into. You're sure to be drawn into meditative state without being instructed into. That is how deep the flow of messages are in it. One of the best reads of those who look for messages that speak of universal love and messages that go beyond caste, creed, or religion. So, well, this is the book and written in a racy style, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy. 978 0 241 97293 9. Happy reading and enjoy.